Hello guys, this is Camry from La Chance. Today I'll show you an innovative Chinese shrimp farming method, undershed farming. The success of undershed farming of Vnnamei is inseparable from following unique advantages. The pond is miniaturized, easy to manage, and easy to control the disease. The water source is groundwater, which is high quality and clean, and has few disease microorganisms. It is less affected by the environment and less geographically restricted. The investment cost is lower than that of circulating water factory farming, and it is not limited by scale. The success rate of breeding is obviously improved compared with the breeding in the outer pond. The breeding output is high and the income is high. High return on investment and short breeding cycle. Although there are many advantages to the cultivation of Vnnamei in small sheds, with the pollution of the breeding environment, the degradation of settling resource, and the increasing scarcity of water resource, the disadvantages of undershed for shrimp cultivation have gradually emerged. The exchange volume of water body is large, resulting in waste of water resources. The aquaculture exchange water is discharged at any time, polluting the water quality of groundwater and surface water. The abuse of antibiotics, the increased drug resistance of pathogenic microorganisms, and the frequent occurrence of diseases and difficult control. Here, the shrimp we are showing is a client whose shrimp have catches Vibrio. After that, shrimp growth slowly and feed intake decreased. After using La Chance's special solution, eukaryotics plus comfort, 3 days later, the shrimp feed intake turned to normal and the shrimp followed fatality. As we all know, the Vibrio has always been a big problem in shrimp farming, and many farmers may be overwhelmed by the problem of Vibrio. So today, I invited our company's experts to answer some common questions about handling Vibrio, hoping to help all the shrimp farmers who are facing with Vibrio problems.
First one, for lactobacillus, you mentioned that lactobacillus is effective in helping to control the Vibrio.
Yeah.
And a lot of farmers already using lactobacillus and mixed with the feed. But the studies, the information that they have says that lactobacillus grows well in low pH, maybe around 4 or lower.
Yes.
And in the pond, the pH in the pond is usually about 7 or 8.
Yes.
So 7.5 or 8. So will that be effective to use lactobacillus in that pH?
This is a good question. The first I like to point out, when you mix with the feed, use the lactobacillus, remember control the dosage. If too much, they will damage the intestine epithelial cells. Okay, if you add too much lactobacillus, so you talk to them. This is very important. Another, we have some product. We have some probiotics which special for the water. You use in the water. Okay, that one they can grow in the water.
Okay, so lactobacillus will it be effective in the water? Or
yes.
No, he's asking because the pH in the water is higher than the optimal pH for lactobacillus.
Some they can grow on the bottom. Okay. Yes, this is no any problem because the commercial product, you follow the instruction from your product.
Okay.
From your choice. Yes. You use this one, no any issue. In China, we use this way.
Okay.
Another, also remember, when we see the lactobacillus, actually they are the mixture, not only 1 or 2 kinds of bacteria. They have more than 1,000.
Okay.
Correctly to say, okay, some can live, but some maybe cannot live. That's the reason. That's why we use a mixture of bacteria.
Okay.
I want to highlight again. When you mix with the feed, please control the dosage. Okay, if too acidic in the intestine, they will damage the intestine. Especially for the PL, the shrimp is very fragile. Okay, once the intestine damage, you will get some problem.
Okay, the second question, Dr. Ben.
Okay.
So you mentioned that you need to test the Vibrio in the water and in the hepatopancreas, right? So
Yes.
he was asking, generally which one is higher? Is it the water or the hepatopancreas? Is there a pattern, or is it can be both?
Okay, I think this is also the good question. If your shrimp healthy, Vibrio won't grow in the hepatopancreas, I'm sure. So when the Vibrio will grow, reproduce in the hepatopancreas, that means your shrimp become weak. Okay, and either under stress or cause the other problem, okay, they will increase very fast. Normally, the water, we control the Vibrio is less than 10 power 3. Okay, even if your water condition is good, Vibrio will be very, very low. Okay, but they will have some in the water.
So he's asking, so at what level is the Vibrio in hepatopancreas dangerous? Like how much is dangerous?
Okay, so we do find in the water, when the shrimp healthy, okay, in the water, the Vibrio is above 10 power 4. Within 1 or 2 days, the shrimp is still okay, no any infection. Okay, but if you last too long, your shrimp will infect because you know the Vibrio keep increasing in the water. When they get 10 power 4, maybe after half days or 1 day, they will increase 2 power 5 or 6. So at this time, the Vibrio will infect shrimp. Okay, your shrimp maybe start get a problem. And so far, we found 10 power 2. Okay, based on our experience, okay, 10 power 2 or 10 power 3 is okay. But when you found the Vibrio in the hepatopancreas, I think the best way immediately to treat. Don't wait up to 10 power 4 or 10 power 5. When they get 10 power 4 or 10 power 5, definitely mortality. Do you agree? It's my experience, because this Vibrio really no standard answer. Different farmers, different environment, but the number will be different. So Vibrio will be in everywhere, you know, from the shrimp, from the water, feed, the bottom of the pond, everywhere. Okay, the only difference is what is the density. They only produce when the environment become worse. Okay, they will reproduce. Yeah, and then we also found, you know, the Vibrio in the bottom, in the mud, in the sludge. You know, the density is more than 10 power 4 times than the water. Okay, if the water condition is good, they stay in the sludge. But once the water become worse, low dissolved oxygen, they will immediately come to the water and reproduce. Okay, this that's why before the culture we sterilize so thoroughly, but finally during the culture we still have the Vibrio problem. So for the bile acid, I think we have a lot of trials and also the research. We recommended 2 to 3 grams, but for the maintenance, 2 to 3 grams per kilo feed is good enough. But for the treatment, I think for the short time, you can up to 5 to 6 grams, but only for the short period, for the treatment. Okay. Once your shrimp become normal, become good, please come back to 2 to 3 grams. Okay. This is why we recommend like this, because the cost is very important for the farmers. We culture the shrimp, we want to make the money. Okay, this is our concern. And 2 to 3 grams is good enough for maintenance. So no need to waste the money. Yeah, frankly to say.
Okay, so Dr. Ben, he is asking about because a lot of farmers in Indonesia are using a low protein feed.
Yes.
And they're mixing it with some herbals like organic materials like garlic or fermented soybean or fermented other things. to increase the protein in the feed.
Yes.
And so he's wondering if we can use the bile acid, but in a lower dose, to complement the feed that they've been mixing by themselves, to cut
Okay,
to make sure the cost is affordable.
yeah. So I understood in Indonesia, the protein is around 32 to 35. In China, it's 30 to 42. Okay, the core protein. And in Indonesia, you use a lot of soybean meal in the shrimp feed, which they have a lot of, anti-nutrient factors. So these factors will cause intestine inflammation. Finally, they will get white faces problem. Okay, especially in last year, the raw material keep increase. They add too much soybean in the shrimp feed. That's why in the late part of the farming, I think quite a lot of farmers, they have the white faces problem, right? Only in the late part. Okay, I'm guessing this is the main reasons